that. Wrestle this and that. I'm Brother Reed with Brother Don Juan. Wrestle this and that. Wrestle this and that. We talk about wrestling, it's a fact. I'm Brother Reed with Brother Don Juan. Wrestle this and that.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Wrestle This and That. I'm your host, Brother Riggs, my co-host, Brother
Don Juan.
No doubt. Don, day after WrestleMania.
Always a good Raw.
It's supposed to be a good Raw. I think this Raw lived up to the hype. We saw a lot of debuts. We saw title changes. And saw new belts crowned. So let's get into it.
Yes.
Let's just do that.
Let's
Mr.
start
Man
off.
comes out, and of course he's getting booed and whatnot, and he said it's a song "No Chance in Hell," and he said that's exactly what Shane had last night. He had no chance in hell beating the Undertaker, and he said he had no doubt. There's no doubt in his mind that he has total control of WWE, and he enjoyed the Undertaker kicking the living crap out of Shane McMahon.
But there was one moment when Shane climbed to the top of the cage that he said, "Don't jump. Please, don't jump."
He realized that he had feelings for Shane.
Absolutely.
And he said Shane, is basically pig-headed, and he didn't think he would go that far to try to take control of Monday Night Raw.
Then he promised us that this would be a Raw that we'd never forget.
And it was true, because out of nowhere, Shane McMahon comes out limping. He's all bruised up.
Very.
And it was very emotional, to be honest with you. I saw a lot of people in the crowd crying, and even Shane almost dropped a couple of tears. He came out just to say thank you and goodbye.
Yes. He also first stated when he came out that he was the only man of the McMahon family.
Of course.
And he wanted to shake his father's hand.
And he did.
Because he had won and he had lost.
And Vince said, wait a minute. Nobody upstaged me. I don't know what he meant by it. It didn't look like Vince, you won. How did he upstage it? But anyway, it was a twist because Vince basically, after the fight for him not to run Raw, he gives an opportunity to run Raw.
He says,
very
"You want to run
baffling.
it? Let's see what you got, bud."
Yeah, and I was very bad. What was the fight for at WrestleMania? If you was going to give it to him anyway, that was kind of baffling.
I guess it was because there was no authority there that night.
Well, Shane was in charge that night, and if Shane ran Raw, then Raw should be ran by Shane every single time, because eventually, as soon as he goes in the back, we have a WWE Tag Team Championship match with the New Day taking on the League of Nations. And, of course, this match lived up to the hype. As always, these teams know each other. It was a great match and whatnot. But with you having the New Day winning and retaining the WWE Tag Team Championships. But after the match, Don, everything fell apart.
Yeah, everything did fall apart. Sheamus took the mic. He said, "We're great powers from different countries, and we should be beating everybody up. But you're only as strong as your weakest link."
And we all know who that was.
We absolutely
We say it every Monday and every SmackDown. It happens to be
Mr. King Barrett.
King Barrett. And unfortunately, they grab hold of King Barrett, and eventually he got broke kicked and kicked out of the ring like trash.
Yep.
But another twist happened. The lights go out.
This was a huge twist.
This was a big twist. The Wyatt family is in the ring, and they are attacking the League of Nations, which happens to be a bad team also.
Right.
So what does that mean? You and I, that means that the Wyatts is turning good?
That would be very interesting.
We would have to see coming next Monday or maybe SmackDown. But from what it looked like that they said, no, you're not the most dominant trio now. We are. And they commenced to give the Sister Abigail to Sheamus. And, Sheamus supposed to be the number one guy in his group.
Right.
He was mistreated big time.
Yeah, so that, we got questions, that's for sure. We got questions.
Definitely.
And it was surprising. But, of course, the Wyatts got a huge reaction when they came out. And beating up the League of Nations never hurt nobody.
Definitely never hurt nobody. And so then you have Summer Rae comes out, and she said her team would have won if she was in charge. I don't know how that was going to happen, but and they didn't. But anyway, she at least said she had a better WrestleMania moment than Sasha Banks.
Which was totally untrue. Because,
totally untrue.
Sasha put on one heck of a match at WrestleMania, even though she was unsuccessful.
The first best match. Sasha Banks comes out, and she totally disagrees with Summer Rae, and she slaps her. So now we got a match going on with Sasha Banks taking on Summer Rae.
And it didn't take long.
And wait a minute, I think the wives are calling me.
Well,
I thought that was Bray calling me up, telling me what he was going to do. He was going to be a bad guy, a good guy. But eventually, Summer Rae rolls. The match is taking place, and Summer Rae rolls up Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks turns it into the disarm. Not the disarm. I apologize for that. Turns it into the Banks statement and makes her tap out. It was a pretty quick match.
Very.
What do you think when you're going against Summer Rae?
Yeah, I mean, Summer Rae had no chance to beat Sasha Banks. Everyone knew that. So
she looked good though.
Sasha did. She looked like she took the Eddie Guerrero outfit and cut it into shorts.
Okay, I'll take that too. I'll take the long ones and I'll take the short ones or whatnot. But it made quickly beat Summer Rae, and Sasha picks up the win.
And it was not the last time we see Sasha.
No, not the last time. Now, up next is a new debut. The first one. Apollo Crews, who basically coming from NXT, has his first match with Tyler Breeze. And, of course, Tyler Breeze came from NXT or whatnot, But Crews looked good, for God's sake. This guy is flipping all over the ring and somersaulting and his nice power slam that he had.
And it's a nice power bomb.
And a spin-out power bomb. I mean, my God, this guy, he looked good. And if you ask me, he belongs on Raw doing stuff like that. He did a gorilla press slam. He twisted him and slammed him pretty good. Good debut for Mr. Crews. And I think we got bigger and better things is going to be happening for him down the road. And a good debut for him.
Right, I will totally agree with that. Of course, some people are going to be like, oh, you didn't know you could do that? No, I didn't, because I don't really watch NXT. Right. I guess I need to start, though, honestly. I'm very close to starting to watch this thing because the fans alone have me interested in what is going on, hearing that this show is better than what I've got so many friends who are like, this is where it's at. And so I am probably going to have to look into it a little bit more. But I thought Apollo was awesome.
I mean, this is the type of, and you had Tyler Breeze, and you had people like Neville,
Poor
and
Breeze,
people like Owens.
I don't think they ever knew anything with him.
No, well, but the thing about it is that all these guys, and he is good. All these guys are coming from NXT. They're all getting a good showing from Owens on down. Next, you got Roman Reigns come out. Oh my God!
Yes, dude. Can we cut this promo?
Oh my!
All right, I'm gonna try. Here we go.
Man,
come on, guys. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy. Yes, we cut it.
Yeah.
We cut Roman's promo.
Yeah, and guess what? We did better than him because, man, did this guy get booed out. You had Michael Cole and JBL trying to make excuses of why people was booing this guy.
Especially JBL all night long.
Yeah, all night
because
long.
They knew. Because they started the show by telling us, well, it's crazy tonight after Raw after WrestleMania because they're going to boo people that they normally cheer.
Hey,
they're not cheering Roman.
Shane,
let's just be honest,
if
guys.
you're in control, turn this guy bad guy, or your rating's going to drop big time. I'm sorry. I just don't know why they're doing this to this man, but this man do not deserve the treatment. Did they do it to John Cena? Did they do it to Hulk Hogan, who held it for 20 years? No, come on. So it's not like he's the first person Vince McMahon is feeding to the people. Okay, anyway,
right.
Give him a break. Anyway, you had Chris Jericho comes out, said he wants the title shot. He had AJ Styles comes out. He had Sami Zayn, of all people. I don't know why he's out there. And then basically all these guys wanted a shot at the world's title.
Yeah, Roman concludes his promo by saying that he's fighting champion and who wants it. And he put the strap over top the ropes. And then still just like, doggone it, Roman. Now you're coming out the walkway. Would you please put the belt on?
No, he's not.
I'm a Roman Reigns fan. Oh, we just lost up our viewers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I just stopped following you myself.
But
that.
I really just want to see him wear the strap once. I just, even if like he only wears it once, I just want to see him wear it. I don't like when people just hold it up and they don't wear it. Triple H looked phenomenal with the belt on when he poses, and I just think it would be cool.
Well, everybody's different. You're not both
right.
like that.
Right, I agree.
And he's
now
coming out on his own. But the thing about it is that no matter how he put it on, people still gonna boo.
Yeah, I don't care if he gets booed. I mean, I already accept the fact that's gonna happen. Now, as far as the 4 coming out, I was kind of surprised Zayn already. I mean, I know why, because he's got this feud with Kevin Owens or whatever. But Sami Zayn.
Well, the most surprise with me was Chris Jericho. How he feel he deserved.
Yeah, he came right out. Jericho came
I don't
right
understand
out,
how he feel he deserves a title shot when he haven't been doing anything basically besides wrestling AJ Styles. Anyway, they meet in the back, and Shane McMahon tell Roman Reigns, hey, there's going to be a 4-way match between Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and AJ Styles to determine who will be the number 1 contender for his belt. Okay, then out of nowhere, you got Baron Corbin. He grabs the mic, and he basically say people don't know who he is. He don't care if people don't know who he is. He's arrived, and he's signaling the end of days, whatever that means. Not too many people was into him, even though he came from NXT. But by the end of the match that he had with Dolph Ziggler, people exactly know who he is now.
Right, yeah. He ended up getting a double count out, but
Well, that's okay.
really stuck it to Dolph.
The thing about what I do like about Dolph Ziggler is this. When you want to have someone, it's just like Chris Jericho, build someone up, make them look good, that's exactly what Dolph Ziggler does. And that match that he had with an NXT guy who's just been called up was a good match last night. Even though you got a double count out. At the end, what did he give him?
Give him the end of days.
And trust me, if you saw that move, it was on the outside of the ring, not the inside.
Yes.
And it basically, I guess we can say we got a feud going on between these two guys. And I know that Dolph Ziggler can work with anyone and make anybody look good. So maybe except Charlotte. But besides that, that match basically delivered me the second good match from NXT debuts. Baron Corbin wins it. Well, basically get a double count on it and whatnot, but he looks good.
He did, definitely good.
Excuse me. No contest for that. Next thing we had Zack Ryder comes out.
Zack Ryder.
And he deserved his little pop
new Intercontinental
after.
Champion.
The new Intercontinental Champion. He came out and he basically talked about how when he was a little boy, he met Razor Ramon. He took a picture with Razor. And now he's a man now. Now he takes a picture with Razor Ramon again and say, let him hold his Intercontinental belt. I thought that was pretty nice.
Right. I thought that was really cool. I actually seen the video of them exchanging.
Yeah, so did I.
So it was really cool.
And then they showed it on.
I thought it was cool that the crowd chanted, "You deserve this."
He's another talent that WWE holds back or whatnot. But when it's all said and done, he said, I really have one person to thank. And he thanked his dad who looked better than he did. And built better than he did. And eventually, the new Miz comes out. He got this little gold jacket or whatever he had on. And leave it up for Miz to come out with new attire or whatnot. But he comes in.
And he said that he should have won it. And Zach said, "Sucks for you." Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
Or something crazy like
Zach
that.
would and then he tried to basically coerce him into giving him a title shot. Ryder didn't want to, but eventually he gives in and he gives him a title shot. I didn't too much care about the match, to be honest with you, but the ending of the match is what I enjoyed. You had basically Miz goes outside the ring and he gets in front of Zack Ryder's dad's face. He gets pushed, and then eventually out of nowhere, the Miz wife, who used to work for WWE and was a WWE Diva champion, she comes out of nowhere. Maurice, she comes out of nowhere and she slaps Zack Ryder's dad in the face, which distracts Zack Ryder. And unfortunately,
Miz hit the skull-crushing finale.
And we have a
1, 2, 3.
brand new Intercontinental Championship.
5-time Intercontinental Champion. The Miz.
Well deserved.
And Rico and I have been talking about The Miz ever since he started getting good matches with Dolph Ziggler. You could still see that he had talent to give.
Definitely.
I was excited to see him win the match.
So we got a new Intercontinental.
And I know that it made people upset because why would you give the Ryder? Hey, we gave Ryder the WrestleMania moment. That's great.
It.
And he doesn't necessarily have to be out. He can turn around and win it from The Miz. But let's let The Miz do his thing too. Yeah. And in the process, like you said, we got to see his beautiful wife.
And his wife is going to be accompanying him on SmackDown when he has the rematch for the Intercontinental Championship with Zack Ryder. So we may be seeing a lot of his wife for a while as basically maybe his manager or something.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. That's all you got to do. Backstage segment, you got basically Sami Zayn saying, Kevin Owens said he was robbed of the Intercontinental. He said, but that's okay. He's moving on to bigger and better things. And it's KO Mania 2 starting tonight. And believe it, when you have so much talent in the ring, somebody got to win. It may not be the person you want to, but that's okay. We had another in-ring segment, and this one was with Lita. And she was basically had every WWE diva or women inside the ring, basically getting ready to give the brand new WWE Women's Championship belt to Charlotte. And of course, Charlotte, she brags and basically she wants to say nice things about all the girls, but the crowd wouldn't let her.
Right. Yeah, she was trying very hard
to
be the real Charlotte that I'm sure she is backstage with people.
I mean, she eventually was going to do what she did, but she really wanted to get all the girls
right,
over.
Absolutely.
She really did.
She did. And the crowd kept on singing.
I don't know what they were saying, to be honest with
you. They're like, hey, hey, baby, I want to know if you'll be my girl. and Charlotte played into it for a little bit, too, and it was exciting. And
for a minute there.
And then all of a sudden, she said, most importantly, I'm glad I'm the champion.
Thanks to my dad.
Thanks
to my dad.
And you could see Natalia's face. And the first person who had just had enough was Sasha Banks.
Yeah, then Becky follows it. Then eventually all the divas. Can we call them divas still?
No, we're the women.
The women.
So
all
division.
the women division decided to walk off except Natalya. And she said that Charlotte needed to learn humility.
Humility. Lesson of humility.
And basically, Charlotte wasn't paying attention to her.
She said, why don't you put your genetics versus my genetics? And Charlotte looked at Becky I'm sorry, I always want to say Becky, but she looked at Natalya. There it is. And I said Becky because Becky was on my mind.
You wonder why.
She got beat up pretty bad,
yeah.
If you guys didn't notice. And she had stitches, a black eye. Anyhow, Natalya gets in the ring, and she says, genetics was genetics. And Charlotte says, you know what the best part about having this belt is knowing that my family is always better than your family. So perhaps a return of Jim Neidhart versus Jim Neidhart and Natalya versus...
Please don't.
Rick and...
if you want your ratings to drop, please don't do that. Eventually she gets mad at Charlotte and drops her and put her in the sharpshooter. And of course, Daddy's there again.
No time at all. I mean, like, she literally flips it over and Rick drags Charlotte
Rick said,
out.
listen, I'm saving my daughter. You're not doing it to my daughter. That was a pretty good segment.
It was.
And I'm glad the ladies got a different belt because the belt they had was horrible.
Absolutely. Now I was glad to see them all leave once they realized that they were being disrespected.
Yeah, of course. Another backstage segment was AJ Styles. He's saying that he didn't come there to just have one WrestleMania moment. That he basically this is a new day in WWE, and his new era starts now. And the era is the phenomenal. Okay, then we had a visit from the Puerto Rico promo from Primo and Epico. So remember, I don't think I told you. It was in Rico Rumor Report that I didn't get to talk about for 2 weeks because I was down and out. But they're trying to, I think I did tell you this, they try to get Carlito to come back.
Right, yeah, you did talk about Carlito.
And run this team. And basically, their promo was like Carlito's promos. When
I thought actually when it was coming on, I was like, it was Carlito.
Yeah, but I think he's going to come in and join the group. It's going to be a group. I hope so. And if he does, it would be great. But anyway, we got these guys with their promo video eventually saying, I'm heading back toward the WWE. Okay, our sixth match, we saw the Usos take it on the Dudley Boys. And there was a table match. Now, you and I both know that the Dudleys do not lose table matches.
Right.
And guess what?
They didn't lose
this one.
The Usos did pretty much dominate the match, though.
Super kick crazy.
Went to do the splash through the table again, and the Dudleys rolled out of the way, and the Usos went through the table. Therefore, they rang the bell, and they said that they had won.
Well, Bubba didn't like that.
So they went ahead and they threw, I think, Jay
threw the table and said, now ring the bell. So that was good. That was a good segment. I mean, that was a good match overall. But then after that, you had another debut.
Yes, and this debut rocked the house.
Was the Enzo Amore and Big Cass, which I told you would debut after WrestleMania. I tell you what, we haven't seen these people call. I mean, say we haven't seen people call.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
We haven't seen
phones are ringing.
These people. We haven't seen these people wrestle anything. But if they're...
Except for a Roadblock.
Yeah, a Roadblock.
Yeah,
I've seen them wrestle before, but I mean, I'm talking about basically Raw people.
Yeah, okay.
But the thing about it is that these people have the crowd behind them left and right.
Yes.
I'm telling you. I mean, people went ballistic over this tag team. So let's just hope this tag team, Vince McMahon, let this tag team live up to his hype and not cut them down like they cut down everybody else. But these guys are going to be... tag team to be reckoned with.
I think that they're going to be the next tag team champions. I don't think there's anybody else right now that can rival with the New Day, and I would be interested to see how the crowd would lean. Would it still be New Day Rocks, or would people be more into you can't teach that, or what else do they say?
You can't. You can't teach that.
Yeah, you can't teach that, but they have something else.
At the end when he said,
"Oh, how you doing?" Yeah. That's it. Yeah, okay, that's it.
I tell you what I'm doing. You better not say that no more. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so they basically another NXT debut.
Dudley boys come out like they're gonna get some, and they
retreat.
They retreat.
They say,
I don't blame him.
And they do haircut as well.
He said that Kaz guy is 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
I don't know how you teach that 7 foot tall, but all right. You got Sami Zayn backstage segment. He's back there basically.
Last person that they need to talk to is about the Fatal 4-Way.
And they was talking to him, and unfortunately, he got bum rushed by Kevin Owens and powerbombed through a table. So guess what? In that Fatal 4-Way, Zayn is out.
Yes.
Number 1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. You had Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles.
1.
What you got? And then versus Chris Jericho.
2.
And they said, you know what?
We got AJ Styles.
Yeah, AJ Styles,
3. Chris
Jericho. And then they say, you know what? Even though Sami Zayn is out,
we still going to have a Fatal 4-Way.
And ladies and gentlemen, did the crowd go crazy? Because guess who returned? It was Cesaro. And not only
I know I was going crazy, I was so excited.
I was so excited that he just returned. And he controlled the whole match. He showed everybody why he should be, if not World Heavyweight Champion, a contender. But leave it for Vince McMahon to just screw it up again, because not only did he not win, he had AJ Styles to win. Now, my thing is, AJ Styles is up and coming, and eventually down the road, he should get a World Championship. But this man has been building himself up to be one for the longest, and he should have had that opportunity, and not AJ Styles.
And I am totally with you 100%. I was really
totally shocked
when Cesaro was introduced. At first, I thought, okay, he's going to win. Then in the match, he really carried the entire match. Like the last 12 minutes was nothing but like uppercuts and spins and all this. And I like AJ just as much as the next person. And I do think that it's neat, but I definitely do think that they should have let Cesaro do it. And I wouldn't be totally against
who deserves it.
And I wouldn't be totally against Cesaro beating Roman Reigns. And I just told you guys that I like Roman Reigns. I think Cesaro is just a talent that really needs to be pushed.
Totally getting smothered. Eventually, a springboard. AJ Styles hits with a springboard and a forearm and knocks Cesaro out of the ring. So now Cesaro is out of the ring. Eventually takes on Chris Jericho and eventually hits the Styles Clash.
Which I am glad, because this is twice now that we've seen it. So it looks like maybe we can... It's always kind of funny seeing it at first, because it's like he doesn't immediately... Like, you can see the guy's arms
he could
dangling.
get it, But Jericho wasn't on time.
Right,
His own words.
right.
But eventually he gets it and he wins. People were happy.
Yes.
But I think people were shocked about how that he did win it. They expected Cesaro to win it. And I expected him to win it because he deserved it. You give people their opportunities when they deserve it. And he basically, to me, paid his dues and he deserved that shot. I'm not saying AJ Styles don't deserve it, but if you put them both in the ring together, Cesaro deserves it.
Right. And my thing was this before it was even Cesaro and it was the fourth that we gave. I wanted Kevin Owens because I just thought, Kevin Owens really could be that guy who pushes Roman Reigns. But now I guess, now that you have AJ Styles and everyone's going to be rooting for AJ Styles, it gives you yet another opportunity to possibly push Roman Reigns to be heel.
That's true. I rate Raw what you rated WrestleMania. I gave it a 9.
Okay.
Because of the debut.
And I'm right there. I gave it a 9 too. It was exciting. Like I said, I don't know these NXT wrestlers, but I do know that they put on a hell of a show on Raw. And I know that I've been told that they put on great matches also at NXT. That's where it's really at. Now, I'm not going to lie. Going back real quick because we got a little bit of time. I honestly thought, because I heard that this weekend that Osana beat Bayley. I thought Bayley was going to come out and automatically make her debut during that ring thing when Charlotte was started to talk about how awesome she was.
I believe that WWE have great talent in NXT. And the talent we do have now, I just don't want them to bring up too many where other people get drenched out.
I got you.
Like Tyler Breeze and be forgotten.
Right.
You bring them up slowly but surely. And then the ones that has played out, unfortunately, you just have to call it the way it is. People like Zack Ryder and people like R-Truth, you're going to either have to send them down to NXT to train these other people. But you got to get them off. You got to bring this new talent in if you want people to continue to watch Raw. Okay, and watch the pay-per-views and connect with the WWE Network. I mean, you're just going to have to do it. Somebody got to take a cut. And if you're going to bring these new guys in, you got to start cutting people like Goldust and people like that and just let them go, unfortunately. Sorry, but that's just the way the business goes.
But yeah, I was definitely with you with the 9.
Great
if Cesaro would have won, I would have given it a 10.
Oh, my God.
I'm just going to say
I went off the chart and gave it like a 13.
So.
5 things to take away from Raw. AJ Styles, #1 contender for the WWE title. 2, the return of Cesaro. 3, Shane McMahon running Raw for the time being. 4, brand new Intercontinental Champion. And New Day retains.
Yes.
And number 5, NXT call-up, Apollo Creed, Baron Corbin, Enzo Amore.
Apollo Crews. He's a Creed.
Was that the Creed or Creed?
He used a Creed.
Well, him too. He need to debut also.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we need a boxing. We need a boxing Raw. And Enzo Amore and Big Kaz. You know what I'm saying? It was a tremendous Raw, and I enjoyed watching it and enjoyed telling everyone else about Raw and whatnot. So let's just hope the ball continue to roll.
As far as what they talked about on SmackDown,
we have the Intercontinental Championship rematch. Zack Ryder taking on Miz with Maurice, his wife, and then on Monday you have, I don't know why this is on here, but you have Dr. Phil hosting Raw. So
I must have missed that one. With that.
Yes, you did.
Did I fall asleep during that part?
Yeah, well, you should have, because when you heard it, you probably fell asleep.
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. I don't know why Vince Phil he had to bring all these stars and start intermingling with superstars, but
that's what Dr. Phil's going to come do.
Yeah.
He's going to try to figure out the Wyatts.
He's going to figure out the Wyatts. That's Monday Night Raw.
And I will say this too, Raw, I appreciate that you advertised that it was buy one shirt, get one free on WWE Shop Zone. And I bought 3 shirts yesterday.
3 of them.
I bought the new Roman Reigns shirt.
He didn't wear it. Oh, he ain't got it yet,
right? And I just ordered it last night.
Tell him to get it here.
I bought the AJ Styles shirt, and I bought the new Becky Lynch shirt.
Oh, there you have it.
There it is. I bought all 3 of them, and all 3 of them together only cost $54.
So the only thing I got to say is this. Let's hope SmackDown lives up to...
I remember something else for SmackDown. The
Jackie Chan.
Help me think their names. The
the debut
the
of
black and white guys.
Vaudevilles.
The Vaudevillains, is that it?
Yeah.
Vaudevillains.
The Vaudevillains.
That's
the
it. Vaudevillains. Yeah, dude,
and I can't wait. Trust me when I tell you, it's an NXT team. Watch these guys wrestle when they debut and they interest with the old music from the 30s or 20s or whatnot. But these guys are up to date wrestlers. These guys are championship material. You gotta watch them, man. You gotta watch them.
So I am excited about that.
I'm excited. I'm glad you thought of that, man. I'm definitely excited for you guys, for everybody to see this tag team if you haven't seen them yet.
Let's just keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, that's what's going down on SmackDown. That's what's going to be going down on Raw. I'm Brother Reek.
I'm Brother JUAN.
This is
it's
Wrestle,
good to be back.
And this is Wrestle, this and that. I appreciate it. And we are out of here.
Out of here.